What is so hard about February isn't the fact that there's still a ton of snow where I live, or the fact that it's cold, or the fact you don't see the sun a lot. But the big fact is the amount of mock drafts that I do, and I finish and I look at it and I go, yes, that's ideal. That's what I want. And I want the answer right then and there as to what are the Patriots going to do. And hopefully they make these moves that I made in one of my perfect scenarios, ideal world scenarios. But the big question is, what are the Patriots going to do and what should they do presented certain situations? So let's jump into it. You guys know my name is Aaron. Quickly, if you could, hit that subscribe button for Patriots content on the daily. Mean the world to me. Hit the like button, comment below. Today, what we're going to talk about, a blue chip prospect, athlete, dual threat athlete, whatever the heck you want to call him. We're going to talk about him, potentially come to the Patriots as well. An area, there we go, for the Patriots at this position? I don't think so, but we'll talk about it. So let's jump right in. So first and foremost, Travis Hunter. That is a big name in this draft right now just because he came off winning the Heisman. His head coach was Deion Sanders at Colorado as well as Jackson State. And the question is, if he falls to the New England Patriots, and I want to ask you, this is the first question I'm going to ask, should the Patriots draft him? Again, we have talked about, should the Patriots draft 100% based on need? And I don't think that's necessarily a wise decision, again, because Abdul Carter, someone who I have fallen in love with watching, that sounds weird, goes to number 4 for the Patriots. I think that is a no-brainer. We know, as of right now, offensive line, biggest need. All of you who think it's anything else besides the offensive line, I don't know what football you were watching this past season. Offensive line needs to be addressed first and foremost. And I think that will greatly be addressed in free agency. Second, wide receiver. Third, edge rusher. But if edge rusher falls right there, yes, we know that is a smart move to get Abdul Carter, who could be a generational talent. Now, the question is, if Travis Hunter drops to that spot, or even if Abdul Carter does. But again, I would prefer to draft Abdul Carter. The question is, if Travis Hunter drops that spot, I assume there are going to be a lot of people that have him high, if not number 1 on their draft board. If he's right there, again, Patriots, the question is, they draft him, they trade down, acquire more picks. That's the simple question. What should they do? My biggest concern with Travis Hunter, and I've seen him play, whether it was at Jackson State or Colorado, wide receiver wise, he is fun to watch. The question is he better than McMillan? He has the ability, he has the speed. A lot of people have compared him to a Devontae Smith. So you see a lot of these new receivers, these big time receivers who can literally open up the top of the defense. They literally look like they're like 6'1", 6'2", anywhere from 6 foot to 6'2". They weigh probably 180, but they are fast as lightning. They're like the Roadrunner. They are, boom, gone. And so I think that's something that Travis Hunter could bring to the table. Now, again, you look at someone like McMillan, I would argue he is a better true wide receiver, number 1, for a team like the Patriots. Now, you might agree, you might disagree. That's fine. And again, I've gone back and forth on a lot of different things, especially as you look over things, if you look over different situations. But a lot of it hinges on a free agency, again, what we've talked about. Now, as well, at cornerback, a lot of people are saying, well, listen, he is literally a unicorn because he can play 2 different positions. Again, in the NFL, are they going to utilize that? Who knows? I'm sure there's going to be a team out there that sees that and says, yes, let's do that. Now, if he were to come again at the combine, he's going to be playing, or he's going to be going as a cornerback. And so Patriots do need a cornerback. Again, he is a great cornerback. That's what he came out of high school as, a 5-star, the best on ESPN when it comes to rankings. Others, he was in the top 3. But looking at Travis Hunter, I don't think he's better than Will Johnson coming out of Michigan as a true cornerback. And so the question is, do the Patriots, yes, 100% draft him if he falls right there? Or do they trade out, probably trade back a little bit, get an offensive lineman, but acquire another pick, maybe another couple picks? Who knows? Again, if there's people that value Travis Hunter as this generational talent, which again, he could be, and I could be wrong, and you might be looking at the camera saying, Aaron, you are an absolute idiot. That's fine. Again, I'm a high school PhD teacher. I like to make videos and talk about sports and the Patriots and all that fun stuff. But the question is, as a fan, what would you prefer to do? Take Travis Hunter, trade back. Take Travis Hunter, trade back. Comment below. Let me hear from you. Again, I am leaning towards trading back. I think that would be the wise decision for the Patriots, especially in a rebuild. Again, I will stand on the point. Abdul Carter, take him in a heartbeat. I would rather have him, and I think he's going to be more of an asset than Travis Hunter would. A lot of you, again, might 100% disagree. That's fine. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Comment below. Last but not least, jumping into talking about positional group, tight ends. I thought this was ridiculous. Tight end situation behind Hunter needs addressing. Yes and no. I think, and I've talked about this before, Austin Hooper needs to be re-signed. I think that'd be a smart move by Elliott Wolf. Mike Vrabel ultimately, I think, making that, going to make that call and give the green light to that. I think he was one of the better free agent pickups for the New England Patriots. He had some great games. And tight ends in general, they were not talked about a lot because, again, they weren't a panic issue, much like the offensive line, much like wide receivers, much like the defense when it started falling apart and people couldn't play or got hurt or were being investigated. But anyways, Austin Hooper would be smart to re-sign. Now, what's interesting, in this article, they bring up Jack Westover as another potential tight end. What's funny, in this whole article, they don't say anything about Jaheim Bell. Jaheim Bell, drafted out of Florida State, a very versatile player, can play the Y, can play the H. You have it. Shoot, I think he lined up at practice last year at fullback at sometimes. But looking at that, I think, one, I really like Jaheim Bell, and I would love to see Josh McDaniels use him moving forward. And hopefully this year, I think he had less than probably 5 targets, not many targets at all. It was kind of rough. I thought he was going to have a better year, much like a lot of that 2024 draft class. But for the tight end room, Hunter Henry, dog, keep him. Had a lot of great games, was a leading receiver in a lot of games. Austin Hooper, I think he'd be smart to keep, especially if he can be kept cheap on a year contract where you're paying him. I think this past year they paid him $3.1 million. That sounds about right. And so if they could get now granted, he might want more because he had a decent season this past year. Sure, I think it's smart. I don't think it's going to be a ton of money. I think it'd be worth it moving forward. What do you think? Do you think Austin Hooper needs to go? You want to try out Jack Westover? You want to try out Jaheim Bell? What is your thought on the tight end room? Again, I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it's a big issue that needs to be addressed. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hunter Henry is a great tight end. He's shown that. Austin Hooper, I think he had some hiccups in his career in places he landed that was unlucky, and he didn't necessarily have the best quarterbacks, but he is a gifted tight end. It's smart to retain him. I think that's smart, and hopefully Jaheim Bell or Westover can step into that second role at some point. But what do you think? Comment below, whether it's on Travis Hunter, whether it is on the tight end situation. Comment below. Love to hear from you. Again, you guys know my name's Aaron. On the daily, pushing out content. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. We'll talk later. Enjoy the day. Peace.